taking your own life. Interesting expression. Taking it from who? But once it's over, it's not you who'll miss it. Your life is not your own. Keep your hands off it.
Namaste everyone and welcome to my podcast, The News Story. If you've been on to any of the news sources this past week, then you will know that the very unfortunate demise of actor Sushant Singh Rajput shook the whole nation. While the death in itself was very saddening, it did raise some pressing questions for us as a nation to collectively reflect upon. Most important one of them, what is depression? Depression is a common mental health disorder. Depression is, in fact, the leading cause of disability all over the world. As per the World Health Organization, globally more than 264 million people of all ages suffer from depression. Considering the number of cases, it might actually come as a surprise to you as to how little do we know about the disease. Since depression is a mental illness, it can be quite complex to understand as compared to, say, high cholesterol. One major source of confusion is that what is the difference between having depression and simply feeling low? Everyone feels low once in a while. Getting a bad grade, losing a job, or simply bad weather can bring about feelings of sadness. But then the circumstances change and we start feeling happy again. But clinical depression is different. It's a mental disorder. One can't get rid of clinical depression just by wanting it to go away. Depression usually lasts for 2 or 3 weeks or more and can significantly alter a person's functionality. So, what causes depression? It's often said that depression results from a chemical imbalance, but that figure of speech doesn't capture how complex the disease actually is. Research suggests that depression doesn't spring from simply having too much or too little of certain brain chemicals. Rather, there are many possible causes of depression, including faulty mood regulation by the brain, genetic vulnerability, stressful life events, medications, and medical problems. It is believed that several of these factors interact to bring on depression. Neuroscientists suggest that depression arises when a certain genetic predisposition meets an environmental stimulus, which is what contributing environmental factors mean. To be fair, chemicals are involved in the process. Inhibition or deregulation of certain chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine can lead to depression. But there are millions, even billions of chemical reactions that make up the dynamic system that is responsible for your mood regulation, perceptions, and the way you experience life in general. So pinning depression onto just hormonal imbalance could be a little bit of an understatement, don't you think? Like I mentioned earlier, depression can be caused by environmental factors too. This brings us to what scientists call seasonal affective disorder. Yeah, I know the abbreviated form of that literally means sad. Which means that during months of fall or winter, when the day length is short and there is lesser sunlight, some people tend to develop feelings of depression. Normally on a bright sunny day, your brain produces a hormone called serotonin, which regulates your brain activity and keeps you happy. In winters, on the other hand, due to the lack of sunlight, brain tends to produce more of melatonin, which causes people to feel low. Despite being a mental illness, depression also has certain physical manifestations. Some of these can be noticed by using something as simple as an X-ray machine. People who suffer from depression tend to have smaller hippocampal volumes, which is the region of the brain responsible for long-term memory and recollection. Depression can also be cause depression can also cause blunted circadian rhythms and an imbalance of other hormones like cortisol and thyroid. People suffering from depression also tend to be more vulnerable to falling ill due to other infections because of the release of stress hormones in their body that tend to weaken their immune system. Other symptoms of depression include insomnia, restlessness, lack of concentration, irritability, etc. Another physical aspect that depression can impact is eyesight, which is quite interesting. Studies suggest that eyes of people with depression tend to be less susceptible to contrast because contrast vision relies on retinal cells, which in turn rely on dopamine, the hormone which is responsible for happiness. Since the symptoms of depression are pretty intangible, it is really difficult to determine who is fine and who needs medical attention. And because the psychology of every individual differs, neuroscientists haven't been able to figure out when or where depression shall pop up. Depression, at its worst, can lead to suicide. As per an estimation by the World Health Organization, globally 800,000 people commit suicide every year because of mental illnesses. Suicide accounts for 1.4% deaths around the world. That is 1.4%. Yeah, I know it's pretty high. And most prevalent age group is 17 to 30 years of age. That is very sad. As per a 2015 report by the National Crime Records Bureau in India, one student commits suicide every hour. India is one of the world leaders in terms of youth suicide rates. That, my dear friends, is a pretty shitty world record to hold. Honestly, until this, I thought that the worst world record held by an Indian or India was of this man who tried to make a world record for the most number of hugs in a minute.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
On a serious note, another study conducted in the United States of America reveals that it takes on an average for a person to suffering with depression or any form of mental illness 10 years to seek help. This is mostly because of the stigma that surrounds mental illnesses. This is what it would be like if we treated other illnesses like we treat
तुझे
depression.
टाइफॉइड है बोल के ना ये डॉक्टर लोग सब स्कैम चला रहे हैं.
वो लोग ऐसे तेरे से पैसा निकालने के लिए करते हैं ये सब. ऐसे टाइफॉइड वाइफॉइड कुछ भी खुद का नाम लाके ऐसा कुछ भी ऐसा बोलते हैं वो लोग.
This clearly comes to show that it's about time that as a society we need to start having more open and objective conversations about mental health. Because depression is a serious illness and not a personality trait. People can only just wish themselves out of being depressed as much as one wish himself or herself out of being diabetic. Okay? So it is a serious mental illness. So if you or someone you know is feeling depressed, sometimes just talking about it to a loved one or sometimes just talking about it to a loved one or a friend or a teacher can help a lot. Studies have revealed that talking about suicide to people who are suicidal can actually prevent them or reduce their risk of committing suicide by a very high margin. I know that is ironic, but it works. With advancements in neuroscience, advancements in neuroscience, there are a variety of treatment options that people can take. For example, therapy and medication complement each other in terms of elevating mood and bolstering hormone levels. In extreme cases, electroconvulsive therapy or a controlled seizure in the brain can help patients feel better. Some researchers are also looking at other methods like transcranial magnetic stimulation as probable solutions. Pets, especially dogs and cats can reduce stress, anxiety, ease loneliness, and encourage exercise and playfulness. They even improve your cardiovascular health. Yep. That means watching videos like these can bolster your mental health immensely. Lastly, I want to say that live life to the fullest. You're capable of achieving many things by surviving and not dying. Be dauntless, be you in this race of life. Thank you.